Corrupt Radio.
Welcome to another episode of the Artist Hour here on Corrupt Radio. We have a very special episode again. We're at an away game in another studio.
Shout out Studio
650.
650.
So we are here with the legendary band Sextile.
Yo.
Hey now.
Welcome to the show.
What's up, guys?
How about last night?
Yeah, how about that show last night?
Our bodies are hurting from it.
Y'all were going crazy.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was. I'm limping around today. My feet hurt.
I was limping last night. I'm still limping today.
Y'all killed it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fucking great show.
I
Thank
had
you
a
very
great
much.
time.
I knew
Yeah.
it was gonna be a fantastic show too, but it just blew me away. It was amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How was the crowd going for y'all?
That was the best crowd I think we've had in Austin yet. I mean,
Definitely.
people jumping off the stage diving.
Some girl's 15. It was her first show ever.
Damn.
Wow. Yeah.
That's
She
That's
wanted to
right.
take a picture with me. I was touched.
That's so cool.
That's-
Yeah, yeah.
What are y'all's first concerts ever?
Mine was the Cranberries. Yeah,
Damn, for
Zombie.
real?
Like when Zombie was big. When Zombie had just got released. So me and my dad were super into that jam. So we went to go see the
Fucking awesome.
Cranberries.
Hell yeah.
Mine was the Melvins.
Oh, no way. That's
shit.
super
Wow.
cool.
Yeah, my mom dropped me off at the show.
Oh
That's
shit.
tight.
That's cool as
Picked me
fuck.
up later.
How old were you?
It's probably 14, I think.
Damn.
Mine was I was living in Miami at the time, and I was obsessed with the college radio station because I had learned by 12 that that's where you could find out about shit you wouldn't normally hear.
Yeah.
And so I literally heard Blink-182 also on that station from their first record.
Oh, that's fucking.
But so I had gotten into pop punk basically, and they had played these different pop punk bands, and there was a show for this band Discount in Miami, and I won tickets by calling into the radio station because they were giving them away for free. And my Tio dropped me off.
Oh damn. Shout out.
He dropped me, yeah, for real. Shout out to him. He dropped me and my friend Dana off, and we were 12 years old back there smoking cigarettes, and it was this band Less Than Jake, which is like a really shitty third wave ska band.
Yeah.
But this band Discount was opening for them. And anyway, they were like, "Look at you! You think you're cool smoking cigarettes?" And I was 12 years old, trying to act like I was super hard.
Not inhaling.
Dying.
No, I was like, I had learned how to inhale by then. Actually, I had an older brother. Yeah.
You were 12 and you knew.
I was 12. My brother at that point was like 17.
I was
so the amount of
13.
shit I was learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Showing you everything cool.
Yeah, and we were playing guitar and all kinds of shit together. But anyway, basically my first show, the real first band was the opener that I saw, and this is this band Discount. And the singer of that band went on to be the singer of the Kills. Her name's Allison Mosshart. She was also in Dead Weather with Jack White and all this shit. But she was at the time maybe only 5 years older than me. So she was a teenager up there, and I was so inspired by her just being like, I didn't expect a girl to come out and perform in
And
this
perform,
band.
hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
it being my first band, it's awesome. So that girl last night, it's like kind of all full circle.
Full circle
There
moment.
you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So going back to whenever y'all were growing up and being young and your parents listening to different types of music, what music were y'all growing up around?
I actually, I was talking to this guy who was really good friends with my dad. My dad is no longer around, but he was good friends with him, so we were reminiscing on Enigma. Because he was always blasting Enigma. There was a time I remember specifically, they were just blasting Bob Marley and Enigma.
That's a
That's
crazy
it.
contrast.
That's
They're both
it.
really great
They're
artists.
both
Yeah.
really great.
Yeah.
But they were vibing hard. I guess it depended on the time of night. Like Bob during the day, Enigma at night.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
During the day, it's true.
That's funny as
7
fuck.
o'clock.
My mother's from Chile, and she never really was into pop culture music on a deep level. She's more like a hustler survivor, she's very
Yeah.
skilled on that front. But she would always bump Bob Marley.
Hell
It's like
yeah.
one of those things, Bob Marley is like
Universal.
universal.
Yeah.
to
Everyone had a
everybody.
phase at one point.
Yeah, because it's inherently
Yeah.
good,
It's
feel
good
good.
music.
Yeah.
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 Even our friend James, who loves fucking 2000s hit radio music, loves Bob Marley.
Yeah,
Loves
you
Bob
can't
Marley,
go
yeah.
wrong. Yeah.
That's funny as fuck. What were you growing up around?
So my father, he was fairly into music, I guess, on some level, because we'd wake up and he'd just blast the B-52s.
Hell yeah.
I grew up hearing them and of classic dad shit like Bruce Springsteen.
Yep.
Yeah. My dad loves the Boss. He'll follow the Boss multiple dates on tour. He's
Cool
still
as fuck.
so into. He cries and dances at the shows and shit.
It's magical.
Yeah. But actually, my dad played me Nirvana for the first time because I just turned 40, so I've been around for a minute. And so in 1992, I think I was like 7 or 8 years old, and that was the first time that I heard Nirvana. My dad put "Smells Like Teen Spirit" on in the car really loud, and I never heard any music that had like given me goosebumps or scared me. Like I was obsessed with Janet Jackson and B-52s and things like that up to that point, which are all great artists, but nothing ever felt like mine until I heard it in that moment. So my dad, I give him credit too. He also paid me Depeche Mode, and
Oh, fucking loved it so much.
he had Violator, which was like a hit record in 1990, and yeah.
That's cool as fuck.
They were here last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them. It was.
I have a
magical.
shitty Depeche Mode tattoo. I have a tattoo
Really?
called "Shake the Disease" for that track. Yeah.
I love that song. I've
Me
been obsessed
too.
with that shit. That's
That song I has saved my life at different times, and that sounds like
No.
dramatic, but it was true for the time.
100%.
Yeah.
I heard that song weirdly enough the day of seeing them. I've never heard it before for some reason. I don't know how.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was blown away, and they didn't play it, and I was really sad about
Well,
that.
because it's like a single from like the Black Celebration era, like right before that record, and so
Oh,
I think
really?
it got buried, and then it was put on a singles compilation, and like
Yeah.
that was that Catching Up with Depeche Mode
Oh, yeah,
compilation,
that's-
which is a kind of classic introduction to Depeche Mode. So it's like a weird kind of big song from that comp, but not. It was.
Yeah,
it never broke big in the U.S. when it came out.
I listened. It's literally #1 on repeat on Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've been just obsessed with it.
I always say Depeche Mode's like my Beatles.
Yeah, I feel that now. I could relate to that.
Makes sense.
I could relate to that. What about you, Cameron? Where were you growing up?
I would
Music.
say I didn't really grow up with music in my life. I don't remember hearing music in my house growing up, but I do remember my dad playing Black Sabbath and Rolling Stones and Eurythmics. I think that's how you say it.
Arithmetics, something like that?
Yeah.
Eurythmics.
Eurythmics, yeah. But I feel like I kind of discovered music through friends. So it was like I grew up in Atlanta, so hip hop was kind of the staple. So I remember starting with that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then finding myself into like obscure punk kind of grind stuff. Hard to listen to as an adult, but it sounds great.
When you're an angsty teen, it's
Hell yeah.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
But him and I have revisited some of the bands we liked when we were younger, and
Still
sometimes
good,
it
but-
holds up.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
Even
good.
some of the shitty pop punk that I thought wouldn't. I Screech and Weasel I enjoyed when we listened to
yeah.
it.
that's cool.
They have some good songs.
Hell yeah.
I grew up around a lot of hip hop.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
East Coast underground hip hop. It was like Smith and Wesson, Mobb Deep, like
hell yeah.
like the harder type of stuff.
East Coast.
We would just smoke blunts, roll around, and outside of DC and like Northern Virginia, and then find like little.
is that where you're from?
Yeah,
Okay.
originally, yeah.
Damn.
Born in Virginia.
How did all y'all meet?
Well, me and Melissa, actually, we all met in New York at some point. I met Melissa right when I moved to New York, and we just haven't stopped hanging out. And
It was 12 years ago.
yeah,
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But me and Cameron known each other even longer.
Like
Yeah.
22 years.
Yeah, we
maybe?
met in New York ages ago. We've always sort of kind of been in a similar music scene and around like same friends. And like coast to coast. It wasn't like we planned to live in the West Coast together. And we just kind of ran into each other right away when we both first moved there.
Yeah. And we
Hanging
moved
through
to-
mutual friends. It's
Yeah,
just- yeah.
We moved to LA around the same time too.
Yeah.
Cam, do you remember how we met? Like, I remember, I have an
I
idea.
think you guys met at a show.
Well, I met you at those capacities, but you were kind of out of your mind. But I remember when I really took a note is when I did sound for your band,
Yeah,
and
that's
I remember I really liked it because it was mixing a drum machine with real drums,
yeah.
That's cool as fuck.
and
Yeah.
I always liked that, but you never really see it that often,
Yeah.
and it was a cool punk show. But you were out of your mind that night.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, that's my clear memory of that same show is where I feel like we connected.
Yes. And then when we moved here, I remember when I would run into you, it felt like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
New York is still here.
Yeah. And then we it just felt like brothers when we would see each other. I just like, all right, let's hang out. We're hanging out. All right, cool. But then at some point he started coming to our shows before he was in Sextile, but he would just get in for free because everybody thought he looked like me at one point. I used to just wear like same leather jacket.
He looks like a man of importance.
Yeah.
Come right in.
Yes, sir. You
It's like
there?
everyone thinks all blonde dudes look the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
Literally
Yeah.
what it is. though.
It's really funny.
I've watched it happen. They get called each other's
All the
shit
time.
all the time from people that just meet us in passing. I'm like, this is so funny.
People always ask me like, "Where's your brother?" And I'm like, "What?"
Where's your little brother? Where's your big brother? Where's your big brother?
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny as fuck.
I was gonna ask about new fans versus old fans. So like,
Interesting.
yeah, how's that?
There's a huge difference going on right now.
'Cause I can tell.
I can
yeah,
tell,
yeah.
Especially with the new album.
Yeah, so I think we have more femme and queer fans than ever, and I love it.
And younger fans.
And younger fans, our shows have gone from, in the beginning when we play house shows and stuff, it would be kind of violent and masculine and like annoying as fuck with that shit.
Damn.
Because I want people to dance. I don't want people
Bunch
to
of
fight each
macho
other.
Yeah.
And when I see that happen, sometimes I'm like, God. I don't know if you noticed, actually, we just played Arizona, and there was people beefing for a second in the front. And I thought, oh, my God, I'm going to have to stop this. They settled it right away, and then they were all having a good time. But I was like, it's such a bummer. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you go to shows to have a good time, so you never want it to
Literally.
get like that. But we had different people in our band in the beginning, and I feel like this one guy brought like a violent energy.
Oh, really?
I miss
Yeah.
that.
I missed that.
So I hate it.
Divisive.
I think you
I
keep
would
it
watch.
around.
I would, you kidding? I remember this one show we played. I watched this, all the women cleared, and that's when I was like, I hate
Oh yeah.
so much. Now it's like tons of women in the front. I was getting flashed last night, which I told you guys earlier, which was bananas.
That was cool.
This girl held up a phone and was like, I couldn't read what it said, but it was like, I'll flash you if you play my favorite song, is what I thought it said. And I thought she was asking for current affair, but I don't know. But we played the song, and then she did flash us. So that's why I'm putting this connection together.
Hell yeah.
But then she just kind of like had her boobs out, and then there would just be like one out. And I kept looking at her, and I felt weird because I was like, I don't want to, because she's a very young girl too. And I was just like,
Yeah.
but I was like, this is crazy. And what I thought was cool though is that it was towards me. It wasn't towards you guys.
Yeah.
That was so dope. I was like, the world is changing, dude. This is
That's cool
so
as fuck.
sick to experience. Yeah.
Going back
But
to
she was having a great time.
hell yeah, that show was fucking amazing. I was dancing my ass off.
There was
I
Hell
just,
yeah.
She was in a group of other girls that were singing all the lyrics and like yelling at me and screaming my name.
Yeah.
It was like, I felt like honored.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna confess something. I am kind of a late fan. I found out about y'all in Current Affairs. Did that drop in 2018?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I found out about y'all in 2020.
Okay.
That's
and
awesome.
and I heard that song, and it's funny because like I kept on hearing that song in my like songs and whatnot, and disco as well, and then I was like, oh, I wonder like what other music they have, and y'all had just released that album, so I clicked. I was only listening to like those 2-3 songs.
Yeah.
I think Hazing as well, and I clicked and I was like, oh, the new album, and then I played that shit, and I was like, what the fuck? This is
Yeah.
insane. This is insane. The album is beautiful.
Oh,
Thank you.
It was like getting dropped on your fucking head because like there was no like this is what they're gonna do. It wasn't like very. What am I trying to say? It wasn't very. I can't think of the word. To where you're gonna. It's predictable. It wasn't predictable.
It was not.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
not
Yeah.
predictable. It wasn't like, oh, they're gonna do this. You're
Going
gonna
from
do that. It was
the first song,
completely
like
fucking
I was like,
different.
oh
Awesome.
shit, and then at the next song, better and better and better. It was it's fucking fantastic.
It's definitely
That's
like
awesome.
a record that's so genre jumping.
Yes.
But I think that's because collectively we all like so much shit that it's really hard to be a pigeonhole of anything. It's also like, what year is it? You know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we've lived in a world now with so much culture to take in and so many cool things that it doesn't make sense for anybody to be solely one thing. And I think one cool thing about Gen Z is they don't give a fuck. Everybody's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No
there's no rules.
No rules.
And I'm so inspired by that. Like
That's so cool.
genreless, genderless. We've talked about this. Like
Yeah,
it's-
genreless-
That's the
genreless
future
and
to making
genderless.
something new. Is like
I think it's a product of the internet, you know.
yeah.
absolutely.
It's being able to tap into all these different cultures and listen and observe and absorb everything,
Oh, yeah.
and then kind of relate it back in your own way. And I think what we're doing is exploring what has inspired us throughout, not just recently or what might be cool right now to be inspired by, but throughout like the history of us and our exploration, our journey through like music and all the different genres that we have gone through throughout our lives, and tapping into those, finding the favorite parts of those, like, and then speeding it up, like, the BPM, about 20 BPM, and then throwing some breaks behind it. And
This shit was,
Yup.
yeah, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, what you're saying about, like, we're in the age of, like, information, like, where you have everything at, like, the palm of your hands, where you can, like, look up whatever song you want, whatever, and, like, so it's cool that y'all are taking bits and pieces from every, like, outlet and, like, music and making it your own.
yeah,
Which is awesome.
and we want to make it danceable. I think that's one thing about this record that we really try to do, was we wanted to make it something. Actually, it was, maybe it might just been for us, but like we wanted to make it fun for us to play these songs live. Like we've been
Very
playing
interactive.
those. Yeah, we've been playing those other records for years and those other songs. And I think over time we learned what kind of songs we felt really grabbed the crowd, or had the crowd engaged with us, and what ones we enjoyed playing the most. And it was more around disco, hazing, and stuff like that, and seeing how the crowd reacted to songs like that, or ripped, or other things like that. So we try to really focus on a record that was fun and oriented to making people dance, I guess.
What? Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just agreeing with you. It's because like when I go out to a show,
Yeah.
it's depending on the band, but sometimes like you want to see a show because you're trying to dance, you're trying to engage like that.
Yeah,
Standing
exactly.
around and watching a band can be kind of sleepy. I guess unless it's like slow dive, then you're like, this is a
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If I'm going to a show, like especially like electronic music like that, I want to like boogie. I want to
Totally.
dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And y'all succeeded because my body hurts.
have
My
you
ears
ever,
are
have you ever seen Underworld?
No.
I
I've never
highly
heard.
suggest.
Really? Is it?
It's a spiritual
They're
experience.
spiritual experience, but they're kind of like throwing a rave while they perform.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I just saw them play, which is why I have the sweatshirt. Cause,
Shout out Underworld.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
they really influenced our current record.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just love them.
Can y'all like go into like more like the creative process behind it, like each song, not each song obviously, but like what's like your favorite song that y'all have made and like why off a push?
I think it changes from day to day.
Melissa was just talking about Crusty Mel on the way.
I love
Crashing Mail is sick as
Yes.
fuck.
that song was originally written on guitar, sound like a punk song. So it's interesting its evolution, because it took a long time to get to where it is at now. And Brady always kept feeling like it wasn't finished.
Yeah.
But you can only work on a song so much.
Yeah.
Before you
And
lose your mind.
I think it's awesome because it's a fucking journey. And the song has changed vastly so much. In the earlier version, I had thought that I liked. And I'm really glad actually that you kept pushing to further this song because, yeah, that drum and bass drop is just so dope. In
Hell
it.
yeah.
Yeah. It makes me feel something. That's when you know it's good because I'm like, why do I feel emotional?
Yeah.
While we're doing it, while we're performing that song too,
The first half of that song is like a lot of the percussion elements weren't in there in the first version and all that stuff. It was really just the beat and that bass line. I'm not even sure if that acid bass line was in there at the time, but the guitars were
wasn't.
definitely in there.
wasn't in the first.
And the vocals were definitely in there. Not the ones that happened towards the end of the song, but that was the beginning idea, and then it kind of just looped over, and it felt like a song. It felt like us trying to be ourselves, like at an earlier record, and it didn't feel like we were moving anywhere, or getting any place.
The first version.
Yeah, the first version, that is. And yeah, I can't remember where I was going with this.
I was just gonna say that song is like I was saying to them in the car that the song itself
yeah.
before me, it is a healing thing for me
Hell yeah.
because the song is kind of about some people's like shitty behavior that I've dealt with that like hurt me profoundly. And so it's funny because it's me being a brat in the song and talking shit and saying like, "Ooh, where's your coward ass now?"
Yeah.
But every time I yell that now, I'm like, "Oh man, it is
Feels
that
good.
best revenge
Yeah.
shit."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And because something really cool came out of it, so it made it worth it. Because I think that song's like, I don't know. I love the roller coaster it puts me on, and the crowd's reaction. Everyone starts going bananas when the fucking drum and bass drop comes in, and I'm like, yeah.
It's funny, man. The first time I played it for people in a car, the first time that drum and bass part was made, and I didn't know what people are gonna think. I was almost like, oh god, they're just gonna think it's so cheesy or something like that, or I've gone too far. You know, this is way too much. It's so left field, but it fucking works, man.
Do you have a favorite song off of the album?
I don't have a favorite because they're all very different to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
It would be hard to compare them, I guess, in that way.
The most fun to make, probably.
I mean, I think Crusty Mel is the most fun though.
Yeah, that shit is epic as fuck.
I was gonna ask about the imagery and videos and the album cover. Of course, I love Blue One, the food coloring. So, the blue on the fucking tongue is so sick.
Yeah, that's
so,
cool.
I mean, I just ate candy. It's my mouth,
Uh-huh.
and I just ate candy for it, which I couldn't find the right fun dip that I wanted, because that fun dip was the shit that was gonna really color it. So I had to get some like, I don't know, some like roller candy that you roll, like
Oh, like
you
a paint
lick
shit?
it, but it's like an armpit roller type
I
of
think I know what-
dispenser thing.
Oh yeah.
And the guy at the bodega was like, "This is the one all the kids like," and I was like, "Ah, fuck it, I'll get what the kids like then, because maybe this one's all right."
This is the good
Because I was like,
shit.
"You don't have any fun dip?" Because like the record cover was due in 2 days, and I kept trying to work on because I do our record covers, and I was trying to work on stuff for a while, and it was all garbage, and I kept texting these two about ideas and if they had any, and like that I wanted to just do a photo. I kept saying, I think this one is a photo. I think this record needs to be a photo. So then my homie Sarah Pardini, who we work with on most of our photography for everything, I hit her up and we just went and made it happen. She took a picture of me in front of a mattress for that. Just didn't edit the photo either. That's just this
Wow.
raw image of the
badass.
photo.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
It looks great.
And so the thing that's cut out on my tongue, I just wanted to make it look. It's a sextile symbol. I just wanted to make it look like a hit of acid.
Yeah.
That's
So it's like
fucking
you're
cool as shit.
dosing sextile.
Was blue like an important? You wanted
Yeah, I
blue?
wanted the record cover to reflect blue and red. My nails are done for the record release when we
Yeah, yeah.
they're looking kind of trash now because it
That's
was weeks
fire.
ago. But I'd gotten the star with the blue and the red
That's
for the
fire.
color.
It's fucking cool. Isn't it?
Also, my friend Sarah, her photography, she really shines with the blue and red. I don't know if you've seen much of her stuff, but it's really high contrast.
I'll have to check it out.
Her
Shout out
stuff's
Sarah.
awesome.
And then I was
Yeah.
gonna ask about. Oh, sorry. Were you gonna say?
No, no.
That's okay.
I was gonna ask about the video, for New York.
Oh,
Fucking
so-
love that video.
So the video for New York, I you know the Bad Bunny song Tito Me Pregunta?
Yeah,
So
I don't.
possibly.
You don't know
I'll
that
tell you this
song?
much. You played it. I'll probably be like, oh, yeah, I've heard this song.
Yeah, if I hear it,
That
maybe,
song
but-
fucking rips. And you guys should watch the video.
Okay.
Okay.
Because it's very New York. And like it to me, like, so New York as a character in general, that song, We're Tough, because the lyrics just, we're tough out here, but the love goes crazy. I love New York. I was originally born there. I still have like a very romanticism towards the place. And and I just, sometimes I feel like people don't get New York fully what New York means and they have only a certain interaction with it or
Yeah.
whatever. And I feel like that Bad Bunny video actually really portrays New York really well. And it was, when I saw it, I was like, damn, this is an idea that we had for another music video ages ago that we just couldn't execute, where we were trying to make like a New York video. And so, yeah, I went back to New York and I just like assembled basically some of my best friends that I'd known for over 20 years. And
That's what I was gonna say. The way how like the video, hearing it, and then like seeing the video in my head. After hearing it, thinking about what it could be, and
Yeah.
seeing it was executed so well.
oh,
And then,
awesome, man. Thank you.
Like you said, your friends. I heard it and I was like, this sounds like some shit we would go get sandwiches to. And just,
Yeah.
it was like act fucking crazy and just have a crazy ass night.
Yeah. It's definitely like, it's got like that romantic kind of sounding sweet melody in the song. For being like an acid house, like really kind of with that kick that's so like techno based, I feel like it Yeah, it's interesting to have all these other elements. When we first made it, we were calling it like the Gen Z song, just because that little twinkle and sound in it that made it like, it kind of had that energy, but it was great. But I shot that on the 4th of July, and it was raining in the morning, and we had to shoot for like 16 hours, and like some shots, like the train scene where I'm dancing with strangers, was only could do in one stop on the train, and it was like 2 in the morning on the 4th of July. But everyone in New York is just blowing shit up, and like New Yorkers are just able to interact with you, which I don't feel like other cities people are open to that as much, where you can just get random ass people in 2 minutes to fucking dance on the train with you. Only in New York, where people are not offended, like, oh really? Okay.
Making a video?
Yeah. It's awesome. I had the speaker and I just came into the train dancing. And I was like, come on, this is for a music video. And then they start, people like slowly but surely were like, okay.
And see, I could like tell that energy was there. Like,
That's
video's
awesome.
so good.
That's fucking
To
cool.
save money, these guys didn't come with me. I just went there alone, and I really needed them when I realized when I was like the only hype man. I was like, shit. I was like, I need the team here. But then like I was trying to get my friends to listen to because they were also not used to like being in a video, you know? Yeah.
That's fucking cool as hell. Damn. So did you live in New York for an extended period of time, or?
Yes, so I was in New York. I was born in Queens. I left when I was 9. I went back to New York when I was 17, and then I lived there till I was almost 31.
Damn. Hell yeah.
And so now I just turned 40, and I've been in LA since. So
Oh, happy belated birthday.
thank you so much.
I saw that.
And you know what? This guy's birthday's next week.
Happy birthday.
And then
Thanks, yo.
and then 10 days after that is this guy's fucking birthday.
Happy birthday.
Birthday tour.
And our
birthday tour.
our tour manager Antoine, his birthday was just like on the 1st.
Happy birthday, Antoine.
birthday.
Hey,
Yeah.
Antoine.
We're just a bunch of close ass birthdays.
Hell yeah, that's fucking cool. So, y'all as a group, so y'all are damn. What was I going with that? So y'all are best friends, I would assume, correct?
Yeah.
I don't think
Definitely.
y'all would go on tour with some people that you.
I
you know,
think in order to remain with any band, you kind of have to be really
It's like
close homies.
family in its own way.
Yeah, it's 100% family.
So the work dynamic is always good.
Yeah, I mean, but of course, naturally, like you fight and shit.
Bickering
That's you
and
fight
all
with
that, yeah.
family. But you need. It's just about like communication and working through that. And ultimately, like not to be corny, but really, I think gratitude is the strongest thing. When I put shit in perspective about all the shit that we have and what we're doing, when me and Cameron were printing a bunch of the merch in my backyard for this show, and I was like, because we were like worried about money, talking about all these other things, and I was like, yo, we're doing pretty good, man. I was like, we're blasting music, we're getting stoned, and we're fucking screen printing in the sun right now. And I was like, this is pretty dope.
Life's cool.
Is what I want to be doing. Is this not working for some asshole? You know.
Fire.
I think when you lose being thankful for something, that's when it gets tricky.
Totally, because your
Yeah.
perspective's
Yeah.
warped, and you don't see
Exactly.
anything good, and it's like
Hell
start
yeah.
destroying shit even more.
100%.
That is a good attitude to have for sure. And so, do y'all like practice like pretty frequently, or like are
No.
constantly making new shit, or no?
We
I'm
are trying to.
constantly making new shit.
We're trying to always make new shit, but I don't think we're practicing in terms of like the songs that are already done. No, like
Just before
I'm,
the show.
We
I'm,
do right
I'm the
before the
manual reader. I'm the one who's in the manuals and
Oh,
tweaking
figuring
it.
shit
Yeah,
out and all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
meaning
I do all this
like
stuff.
when there's a new piece of equipment, Brady's gonna read the manual.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate reading manuals.
Make sure everything's going right.
No, I like
He just wants to know what it can do.
like yeah. So I study like the physics of the sound creation or the sound design of it. You know.
He's a mathematician.
Let's just say.
I'm more like.
I
He's
know
a
I know how to
doctor.
do it. Not
He's a
even. So I'm an electrician.
an electrician. I like that.
Do you? Okay, so I'm gonna ask two different questions. So, one, what was the longest song that took the longest to make, and what's the shortest song that took to make?
Crassy Mel took the longest.
Yeah, and Imposter was the shortest. Or no, it was No
Imposter
Fun.
took a second.
No
yeah,
Fun
No
was-
Fun was
was-
the shortest.
Yeah, No Fun came. Well, I mean, I guess
Emergency.
it depends on how you put it because
No Fun
actually,
came the day before the record was due.
yeah,
Oh shit.
And we were basing it off of See, that's why you.
Well,
bring that up.
that's why I was bringing it up
We were
because
gonna try to
it's-
work on an old demo.
Yeah, so there's an old demo that was supposed to come out with Contortion years ago because we wrote Contortion in 2019, and it's 2018.
Yeah.
Damn.
And it's just now coming out, you know. But we had another track that sounded in the similar vein around that.
It was made in this era of disco.
Yeah, exactly.
Hazing.
Oh, gotcha.
And so it has that sound, and we love that sound. But our fans
was not vibing
really love it. So
I
we were
was
like,
not vibing it.
I was like, there's this old demo. I thought it was pretty good. Also, by the way, I found this old set list when we were playing as Rare Form. We were playing as this other project for a little bit, writing songs. And anyway, there was a whole list of different names where I was like, what happened to that demo? It's a piece of paper I just found, but I haven't brought it up to him. But anyway, sorry. Sidetrack. Now I
Sorry.
forget what.
We're talking about Pressure.
Okay, so we started trying to work on that song, and Brady hated every aspect of it. So
Yeah.
we ended up saving one piece of it, which was just this kind of
It's the beat.
The beat, yeah.
We saved the beat
The-
and all the percussion elements.
oh. So it was all the percussion elements. in
All the
there?
percussion elements are still
I was
in
just
there.
thinking because is this one lone like atmospheric kind of synth. That's in there.
That happens during the old drop
Yes.
or build up. But yeah, so that's still in there. But so we scraped everything out from that old demo.
You
kept
must
the
have
beat, the
replaced
percussion.
the kick, though.
I did replace the kick in
Yeah,
the day
'cause
before the record was due
Yeah.
because we got back the masters and it wasn't kicking hard enough.
Damn. So y'all were like pressed for time.
Oh yeah, They came.
To the
So
day, really.
what happened was we had a we booked a show for ourselves at the Fonda for a record release with no record ready, and just to kind of like put a fire under our ass. And to be quite honest,
I knew we'd get it done.
Well, we weren't getting it done.
We were gonna get it
and the date was slowly coming up, man. And we just played New York, and this label Sacred Bones approached us,
Oh yeah.
and they said, "Hey, you guys want to do a record?" And we're like, "Yeah, we got a record release show for a record we haven't even done yet at the Fonda. We definitely want some help." So you know, we worked out a great deal with them and some awesome terms, and they've been an amazing team to work with ever since. And we went out to the desert, recorded the record, and added some tracks that we had already done previously, like Contortion and Grassy Mel, and put out this record like some fucking way. Somehow we managed to do it, and pulling our hair out and sweating, blood, sweat, and tears. Absolutely.
Sure, you wouldn't have won it any other way though.
No, I think you can hear it. It's kind of like in the record, you can hear the pace.
Definitely.
It has the fastest songs we've ever made on this record. We're hitting like 179 BPM on some of
shit.
these
Hell
tracks,
yeah.
and like we've never put out music that fast before.
Yeah. And it's funny because you're like last night at the show, you're like, we're gonna slow down the tempo. And you play Crash, and I was like, wow, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Like I like how y'all
Oh.
switched that up.
Yeah, let me ask your opinion on that because that's the song, obviously, that people just like chill. They're not going as nuts. And so we were wondering if we should be playing it or not. Antoine, our tour manager, really likes it.
Yeah.
So what's your opinion as
Oh, I
like
loved it.
an audience
Yeah.
member?
It's like a break because
Yes.
like
Oh,
because they
okay.
were
Here we
dancing the whole
go.
time and stuff
Yeah.
like
Right.
that. And then it's a Crash. It was like, okay, I'm gonna
Very
sip some
Bad
water.
Brains,
chill.
Rastafarian, good
Yeah.
breather
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
like,
Okay,
like
cool.
catch your breath,
Yeah.
get right back into it. Like,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Good to
Okay.
hear.
That was fire.
The
No.
consensus is to keep playing it.
Yeah.
Your set list was absolutely perfect.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You played like some of the old songs, a couple, and then you kept it pretty new for like the
Yeah.
majority. Which
I
is-
gotta say, it's
yeah.
because like some of those old songs were just so.
You
tired
can't
of
not play
playing.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't not play it. Like I mean, I'm sure disco. I don't know how y'all feel about that song.
I'm
I want to
tired
make
of
a
playing
remix it.
Remix
I
it?
want to make a remix of it that makes it, I don't know, something
Modern?
Yeah, something
But
that,
modern to us.
Yeah, modern to us that makes it a little more contemporary, and
Yeah, but people like it for what it is.
for sure. But I mean, we can put a little twist on it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean that.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I'm the remixer.
The remixer. Yeah, that show is just so like I'm like still there kind of like y'all stage presence and that I feel like that is like the big part. The music's obviously a huge part, but stage presence is another one, and y'all killed it as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You looked cool as shit.
Yeah, y'all
Just posted up, standing there, and
Yeah.
you were dancing around. You were killing it, throwing drinks at
Yes,
everybody.
that shit was sick.
Fucking cool as hell.
Awesome.
That shit was so awesome. Yeah, y'all's stage presence felt very like oh, these people are a big fucking deal, which
Felt like
y'all
y'all
are.
Really?
Felt like you were like
awesome.
whenever you were doing that, felt like you were like recharging the fucking crowd. Like whenever you would throw water, interact with the crowd, it's like they came right back from where like just kind of settling down after a song and then came right back to the water and shit.
I know.
That's awesome.
Brady's really good at that.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Oh, yeah.
I
love
can't help
getting
but
crowd out.
cracking up, watch you interact with people sometimes. I'm just laughing the whole time.
It's fun, man.
I mean, anytime I look at you guys, I just start laughing.
yeah.
I saw you cracking smiles up there too.
I know, because it's funny
That's awesome.
watching
man.
the interact.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the Mohawk. They brought up like a whole bucket of like water for me to start. Once they saw me do like twice, they brought up a whole like bucket of water to toss.
Keep
at
going,
people.
keep going.
They're so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
Mohawk-
shout
That
out-
venue is awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite venue in Austin.
I think-
100%
yeah, I
the
think we're
best
gonna
one
agree with you.
we've ever played in
Yeah.
terms of like the vibe of watching the show, the vibe of the people working there.
Yeah, the vibe of the people working there was really awesome.
super
Everybody
chill.
was
Everyone
really
was
cool to
easy.
work with.
There's no ego. It was
No,
cool.
Yeah.
shout out to Alex and
Which that
Casper,
is-
the sound homies.
There's a lot of that in venues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are dicks.
Yeah.
Of course,
yeah,
yeah.
mad jaded and everything.
Yeah, nobody needs all that.
Yeah.
Word on the street is this place we're heading tonight is full of jaded.
Oh no, we don't need
don't-
to
but
do
don't-
it.
I was about to ask y'all. It's what venue is it?
I think it's a White Oak Music
Yes,
Hall.
I know it's very nice, but I've never like had anybody
Had a good interaction.
Yeah,
Aw,
but I mean, you never know. Y'all
now I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna be all defensive and be
Wow.
waiting for some guy to mansplain some shit to me and I'll be like, no.
one water off the stage, you're like,
yeah.
Maybe we'll win them over. And
Yeah.
change
No,
that.
definitely you will. No, it's definitely Houston's crowd is fucking crazy too.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple of Houston
Awesome.
shows and they show up just as much as like Austin.
Really?
Yeah.
Because somebody was telling us last night that it's dead there. Nobody shows
No. Did y'all
up.
play Dallas? Did y'all do Dallas?
No.
Nah, not on this
Good.
one.
Oh, we have,
Dallas sucks.
Yeah, from what I've heard at least. They're not as
Oh,
crazy as
shit.
Houston and Austin.
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah, Houston does
we haven't played that since 2017, and I think like
Yeah.
50 people showed up. We played this place called a Double Wide.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's cool as fuck though. That's a sick ass name for a venue. I'm not
I
gonna lie.
know. The Double Wide.
That's cool.
Really cool.
So what's your favorite city to play at?
I mean, it's always our hometown.
Yeah, LA is nuts.
Oh yeah.
They're just so pumped on music and they
different
support
level.
the band more than anything. I kind of feel like some people are maybe proud that we're from there from what I see that is happening there. I don't know. It seems cool.
Yeah, I mean,
We have our biggest audience there for sure.
yeah. And I think when we play there, it feels like a whole community event now.
Yeah.
Like we have our friends come in to style us, to throw makeup on, and
Everyone's just
do
trying to
video
contribute.
behind the
It's cool.
scenes and help us pump up like beach balls to fucking toss it to the crowd. And everybody's coming together to try to make this event happen. And at some point you realize it's just become bigger than us.
Yes.
You know,
I know exactly
and it's
how you
now a whole community and group of people that it's taking to make this like crazy show happen, and that's something special. That's something where just this is just happening. This is brand spanking new for us, and it's a really cool experience.
Well, there's
to
more
be on.
bands than ever in LA right now. There's a lot of.
People are hungry for it.
Yeah.
They're on the grind for sure.
I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of our friends' bands are also doing well, and there's just like an excitement in the air.
So do y'all like put your friends on the bill or stuff like that?
Yeah,
Especially the hometown.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Give back and because there's a lot of he throws shows as well like in the area and it's just cool to see because like all the people just show up like they want to support. We had like how many people last one?
it's like 300.
Yeah, damn near 300.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was fucking crazy
That's
and
awesome.
surreal. And what you were saying about it's like bigger than y'all.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
That's how it kind of feels because there's so many times where I'm like I remembered wanting to do it in high school, not doing it in high school, and then like eventually getting out of fucking high school, being like, fuck it, I'm just gonna try it. So many people
Yeah.
are like, oh, you gotta have this and go to business and fucking whatever the fuck. Just fucking do it. Just fucking
Yeah.
try it.
All it
DIY.
is.
Like
Yeah.
you were saying, printing the shirts in the backyard. I like making clothes and shit.
Yeah.
That is what.
Yo, I
anything
don't even
cool is
have a
made out of.
GED.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you can do anything you
Do it.
want these days.
Yeah.
We got YouTube.
Literally,
YouTube.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
This shit right here.
It's for
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
learned most of everything on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, I learned how to use Photoshop on YouTube.
On YouTube.
I still do. Anytime I'm like, how do you do this
Yeah.
on YouTube?
It's
100%.
fucking
How
awesome.
do I
Yeah, I
change
love
this thing
it.
on my car?
How do I fix my washing machine? Let's go.
Exactly.
I've seen she's
in
done
5
that.
minutes.
Well, he's saying that because I fixed my washing machine.
Yeah.
Damn.
Took me 2 weeks and I had to drive to Compton for a part, but I figured it out.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Going back to New York, and I wanted to like ask for your comparison between like LA and New York as far as living there.
Oh, it's completely different.
Yeah.
So I've been to LA, but I've never been to New York. But I was wondering like how like much different is it?
New York makes you physically active. You're forced to be
Walking.
physically active.
Yeah.
It's like village life, so you feel like New York is kind of small in a way.
It's compact.
Yeah.
I would
like
imagine.
you would see the same people in the same block every day, you know, because they're outside either sweeping or doing groceries, or you pass by. It feels very community oriented there. You probably see the same person. If you have a routine at all, you may catch somebody else with a similar routine. You see them catching the train at the same time, and
That's so cool.
you know, all that stuff. You know, in LA, you get in a car and you go. It's not like you recognize the same car on the highway every day
Yeah.
or something like that, and you're not talking to anybody, interact or listening to anybody's conversation. I mean, these guys would know more about the difference. They lived in New York
Well,
longer.
New York is so manic that you become manic a little bit.
Oh yeah, you kind of lose your mind a little bit out there.
Yeah, in a healthy way, in some way. But
depends.
and LA is not very manic. Like you could have a lot of problems in LA and still feel like everything might be all right.
Is it all the buildings in gray? And like, do you think that's a part of it?
Yeah, architecture, all of it.
Yeah, just like your surroundings too.
Yeah, that's wild. I've never been there. It's kind of like looks overwhelming to me. I don't know if I'd survive.
I've been
Honestly.
to New York and I love it, and I want to go back so bad.
I think New York is supernatural. Like when I think about the energy that you get and however it affects you as an individual, I think everyone has their own experience there when they go there. I feel like it immediately, when I say the supernatural thing, it's because there's immediately like a sense of a different type of energy that New York fills you up with that you don't normally have. So like my phone always tells me that I've walked like 10 miles a day when I'm there, and which is funny because if I did this shit in LA, I'd be like, dude, I'm so fucked up. I walked 10 miles today. There's no way it would happen in the same way. I don't know. There's I always say in New York, someone's always 5 feet away from you. Because it's true. You can't take a shit in your house without your neighbor being 5 feet away through a fucking wall.
That is so.
It's just
wild.
so tiny, about in terms of space. But a lot of people have told me that they felt lonely in New York, which is weird because I feel like I'm never lonely in New York because you can always go interact with New York itself as a city.
Yeah. Did you go to like high school there?
No, but I went to elementary school there.
How was-
Then when I moved back to New York, I was 17, but I already had dropped out of high school.
Oh, gotcha,
I would have been a senior in high school though.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Because I'm trying to figure out like.
I got homies that did go to high school there. It doesn't sound like it was very different compared to
Everyone
me
else.
going to high school in Miami.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's funny as fuck. So y'all have Sextile, the band, of course. And do y'all have any like side stuff that y'all work on that's not Sextile?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a project called Panther Modern that I work on.
Is it around kind of the same genre, or is it like genre bending, or?
Yeah, it's kind of around the same genre a little bit. But just kind of exploring different. Just I think it's more. I don't know. I actually I would want to say that it's more experimental, but it's not. It's about just equally as experimental as Sextile.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sextile's more experimental.
You think so?
Yeah, Panther Modern's for your current releases that are out sound of a similar.
Oh,
genre.
you've released them as well. You've released like songs
Yeah,
out from.
yeah.
His project does really well. Some people know it more. Some people know it and don't know Sextile.
Yeah, it's
That's
funny.
sick.
On like TikTok, people will comment. People will be like, This sounds a lot like Sextile.
I was like, how have you know?
Yeah, like they just have no idea that I'm in Sextile at all, and
That's
they're
a
just
cool
like trying to
TikTok
give,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
give me
well,
shit.
last night some fans talked to me and they thought that I was in Panther Modern but not in Sextile because I'll perform with him with Panther Modern like as his DJ, like his hype man and
Yeah.
his DJ.
Damn.
And these people saw us play at Desert Days at this festival in California, and they were like, "Oh, so wait, are you playing with Sextile tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah."
I am Sextile.
Like, yeah, like this is a part of me, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Do y'all have any side projects that y'all work on?
yeah, I mean, I put out a record under the band name S Product in 2020, and then we'd sort of pump the brakes on that. And I, for a while, was just trying to record like solo stuff for myself that I never finished. And I haven't reopened those songs in a while because, yeah, I was uninspired by finishing them. So, but my plan is to put something else out besides this. I just haven't gotten to that in terms of recent.
Yeah.
But in terms of, I mean, I've been more excited to work on Sextile. It's like, it's hard to work on something you're not excited to do.
Exactly. I
So
feel
why
that.
do it? And I've been uninspired by re-listening to those demos that I made. So I think I have to start fresh.
Start fresh.
Yeah.
It's a good way to go. Do you have one? Do you have any side projects going on?
No, I kind of have space creatively for more visual art stuff. So I
gosh.
just
What are you doing with that?
Yeah.
just always do it. But we'll
Cameron's
see
an
where it
amazing
goes,
artist.
so
Okay.
Do you like paint or you like
whatever, yeah.
Hell yeah, that's
A lot
what's
of
up.
different stuff.
That's badass. So I have a couple more questions. I know y'all probably have to get
Yeah,
to
I'm
Houston
sorry.
soon. I'm so sorry about that.
No.
But so going forward with Sextile, like probably like 5 years down the road, like where y'all see yourselves going with it?
We're going to sell out the Hollywood Bowl.
Hell yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. That's
We're also going to do it at the Greek Theater
Yep.
because Cameron used to work there.
Yeah. I
Broken
spent like
seal.
16 years in and out of that place.
Now he's
so-
going to be like, I'm selling it out, bitch.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
So fire.
cool.
that's
Fuck.
that's the idea.
No, I mean, we just want to, we just want to keep making records and doing this thing. And, you know,
It's endless, really. Like you can just do this forever.
Yeah.
I mean, people are gonna fucking tune in because it's amazing work. Like
Thank you.
people are gonna keep
Y'all really,
on.
y'all really found the current. Y'all really
Yeah.
did.
Awesome.
oh, thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate that.
This day and age, like I feel like electronic music and like dance music is like as popular as it's ever been.
Right.
Because I've just been obsessed with it the last 2 years, and once I heard y'all, I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Like
Yeah.
y'all are like different. Like
Aw, thank you.
The other shit, like it's so cool. Like it hits so hard. Like I feel that shit. It's so fucking good.
That's
Sometimes
awesome.
when you make music, it's hard to step outside of it or like what a project really looks or sounds like. You're not totally sure if you're too involved in it. But when sometimes I get space from Sextile, and then I'll like listen to these bands that we get compared to, and then Sextile will come on, like say just on Spotify, whatever, on his shuffle without me putting it on. And I'm like, damn, we sound so different than any of these bands
Exactly.
Yeah.
that we get lumped into. And then I think that's actually really cool. Because it stands out once, you make something authentic, it's your own thing,
Oh, yeah.
What bands or like music groups inspired y'all, like in form of making
Underworld.
Sextile? Underworld.
Yeah, Underworld, big time.
Shout out them again.
Yeah. Early Excel
that-
recordings.
For this new record, Primal Scream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Primal Scream put out that record, Screamadelica, which, if you guys are not familiar, I highly suggest you take a listen to. It doesn't sound like any record that's ever come out, even till this day. So Primal Scream kind of started as this like twee indie pop band in the 80s from Scotland, and then they sort of evolved more into this like MC5 Stooges kind of influence, but British rock band. And then this DJ, Andrew Weatherall, came in. Primal Scream at this point is not doing well by the late 80s, and this guy, Andrew Weatherall, came in and remixed this record called Screamadelica, and it is one of the most innovative things ever because you're basically taking a DJ to make this rock record but turn it into something. And the record is supposed to be basically like what the experience of taking ecstasy is like, because this was in the beginning of like the rave scene
Yeah.
at that time, and
Okay,
Primal
yeah.
Scream in 1989 was like around all that shit.
Yeah.
And playing the Hacienda, which was this place in Manchester that held a ton of like the early raves and things that went on. It influenced the scene in general. And this band, the Happy Mondays, all these bands were playing at around that time. That stuff sort of, I don't know, influenced. I think the ideas of just merging shit for this new record for us.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say for me, there would be early XL recording stuff.
Well, that too.
Yeah, definitely being able to, like, them taking breaks and samples and different synths and mashing it all together, using like samplers and different groove boxes and stuff from the early 90s. I really like a lot of that stuff. And say so much stuff. Josh Wink also. Josh Wink was a big one.
Damn, I don't know any of these people. I feel like a loser.
We have like mixes and shit we've made that are online for various magazines.
Oh, hell
that you could
Crack mix.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that shit
stuff.
out.
Yeah.
So, damn, I had a question. I fucking forgot it. Damn
That's
it.
okay.
Do you have one?
Not really. I think y'all.
Shit.
Go ahead,
You got-
Luis.
I heard you guys were straight edge.
Ah.
No, we're not straight edge.
Not that straight.
So we're definitely not straight edge.
Drink coffee.
Yeah.
No, so we smoke weed. But yeah, I don't drink or do drugs. But I used to very hard. And that's why I don't anymore. I actually very much enjoy drugs, and I am not against them, and I think people are free to try things and see what
Yeah, exactly.
perspectives they can get on the world. I just became one of those people that like had a problem, and that's lame because you don't want anything to take over your life as like a full-time job that
exactly.
is just breeding negativity and sadness, which when drugs become a job, it's whack.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations on being.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just got 9 years
There you go.
sober from alcohol and hard drugs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The band formed in a rehab.
Well, we formed
Sober
Sextile
Living.
and Sober Living and Narcotics Anonymous.
Oh, all three are in it together.
No. Cameron wasn't. It was the first incarnation of Sextile. Brady and I had known each other prior to recovery, and then we got sober weirdly, like separate of each other, and then started Sextile with. I met Eddie in a Narcotics Anonymous meeting, and he met this guy Kenny in Sober Living. They were living together, and we started with those two. But yeah, they both relapsed, unfortunately. And then one of them went to prison, and Eddie, he passed away. And actually, yesterday was the 4-year anniversary of his death.
Rest in peace. My
Yeah.
condolences.
Yeah, everyone should really. We've been trying to work with some different places to bring like Narcan to shows and stuff, but we know this
And
is
overdose.
and overdose. Yeah, it really helped in LA, but I don't know. Obviously, we know there's like an epidemic with fentanyl and shit
Oh, yeah,
like
it's-
that.
it's really
That's
bad
the
over
scary
there.
thing about trying drugs. Like, I think people are gonna do them anyway, but it just sucks that now.
You can't trust anything.
Yeah, that
really.
blows. Yeah, I think if I was using now, I would also not exist right now.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it's good for people to have test strips just to be aware
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Are fans like always offering y'all stuff? Is it like kind of annoying if they're like meeting you and like, hey,
I was just saying to somebody how in LA no one offers me coke. Everyone talks about how everyone does coke. I'm like, no one offers me coke.
No one
ever.
offers me.
Not
Well,
that
I think everybody knows.
Not that I want to do it. I
Everybody's
think
like really sensitive. Like everybody's
everyone
sensitive to
knows
it.
that we're like sober
Yeah.
Like,
in
if-
that
if-
department. Like we're considered California.
California
sober.
sober.
Yeah,
yeah.
like I think most of the scene knows like what.
I know, but then I was like,
so-
does everyone think I'm a fucking square or a narc now?
I'm
Because
choosing
I'm like
not
that.
to, guys. I'm
Yeah.
choosing not to.
They're just a little worried. Like if one.
No,
of them,
I think
if I'm,
people
like,
are
holding a
embarrassed.
beer for a friend or something like that, and then another person sees me holding that beer, they're like, "What's going on? What's going on?
Are you okay?
Is everything all right?
Yeah.
No, I'm just holding this for Cameron or something. You know,
yeah.
you know.
I'll drink that.
Yeah,
I'll drink
I-
that.
Yeah. See, Cameron can drink, but he's like, you don't care about drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never done drugs in my life. I grew up with some of that in my life, and I just never could romanticize it.
Yeah, I
So
feel you.
just my
I
brain
definitely
doesn't-
remember. I mean, I'm wearing a train spotting.
Oh hell yeah! Oh, that's badass.
This one's from the 90s. This is 1996.
That's fucking
wow,
cool as shit.
that's sick.
But yeah, I romanticized the hell out of that movie when I saw it, and I was like, these people are so hot, and this soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah,
I
the
want to try
soundtrack's sick.
heroin. Yeah. Like, yeah. I was 12 years old when I saw that movie in the theater.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my dad took me to see it,
Damn.
and it was dope.
There's this,
Trainspotting's like my Star Wars.
there's this old picture of.
That is crazy.
There's this old picture. There's a poll. That's funny as fuck.
He gets my dude. Put that on a fucking shirt, dog.
That's a shirt right there. That's funny as
Sextile.
fuck.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. Wow. Damn. Well, shit. Can you give me like a musical like within 5 years? Like how many like you're not gonna put a time limit on like what songs you're gonna make? Like how many albums or singles or?
Oh, 5 years. I don't know.
I'd say we should John Dwyer it and try to do fucking an album a year.
Yeah.
John Dwyer is
Just 2
epic.
albums a year.
2 albums a year.
Yeah,
I think he
he's
has like 30
crazy.
records. For
Yeah,
that
he's-
project
he's-
now.
You guys know
One
that
of
band,
the-
OCs?
Yeah.
OCs? Yeah.
John Dwyer. Yeah, he's one of the hardest working musicians I've ever known.
Hard
Wow.
worker.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So an album a year is what you're saying?
That's
Yeah, I think so.
bananas.
I think so.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm shooting for 3 in 5 years.
There you go.
Yeah, it's probably
Year
more
and a half.
realistic, but like, I feel this urgency right now. To have to get.
Yeah,
a
we've
bunch
been kind of
stuff
like,
out.
because we've been, doing like, once the album comes out, you have to do like the shows and the interviews and the work for it. And
That's always a
we've
good
now
time.
just been missing making music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after tour, y'all are going back to the booth.
After work,
Absolutely.
you gotta go work.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's some of my favorite
Yeah.
parts.
That's your favorite time
Yeah,
after
that's-
tour?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah. And just getting into them because you got to ride off the high of all the shows.
Exactly.
And then you learn your lessons of like what makes people dance and what really got like people moving in the show, and then you kind of bring that energy into making new songs. And I'm sure we're gonna have some experiences to write about.
Yeah,
You got
definitely.
long drives to think about exactly who you are.
Yeah. Like the one to Houston right now.
Yeah.
You gotta think about your whole life. Before
Yeah,
you
Houston,
exactly.
this Houston one's going to be the shortest drive we've had.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
so far, yeah. Yes, day before it was 11 hours or something like that.
We
Oh,
didn't,
wow.
Yeah.
No, we should straight from Phoenix to Austin, basically.
We didn't go straight. No, we stopped.
That was the route, but yeah, we had
But it was 11 hours the first day.
to.
But it's gonna make all the other drives seem easier.
Sucks
Yeah.
sitting in a car forever,
No,
though.
it's super important to put out
Yeah,
music.
put-
I think we gotta put out as much music as possible. I think over the next 5 years.
Damn, congratulations on the new album. It looks like it's going fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking,
Thank
y'all
you.
are killing
Every
it.
night, all the shows, every time I see Instagram or whatever, it just looks fucking crazy.
The
Yeah.
crowds
Like
are
last
just
night.
like so interactive, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, the Austin really came out last night, and it was really cool to see.
Yeah, Austin will
really
do that.
cool.
Austin really shows love. I will say that about Austin, that any show, no matter who's playing, there's going to be a crowd of people that are supporting. Like even I'm sure there's like a lot of people that probably didn't even know. They just want to go to Mohawk just to
Yeah.
go. There's
Yeah.
people that just do that.
Yeah, we've had a
especially with that
few.
venue.
Yeah, we've had a few people come up and say like, "Hey, I didn't know who you were like a week ago," or "I just saw this and I wanted to give it a chance," and they have the record in their hand.
Damn,
You know,
that's fucking
and
cool shit.
and they're like, "I'm so stoked that I found out about this and took a chance."
Yeah.
Some people flew for the first time to come see us in the show in LA, like had never been on a plane before.
Yeah, this one
and-
girl's her first plane ride.
Yeah.
Damn.
I just saw because she tagged us on Instagram with the whole story, and I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's badass. Man, so y'all really love y'all's fans and supporters. That's
I mean,
good
they're
to hear.
doing crazy shit to come
Jumping
see
on
us.
planes
It's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
I tried to
It's
tell
like-
these girls last night. This one girl came up to me and she's like, "It was my first time crowd surfing."
Oh, I saw the crowd surfing going on, and like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got punched in the face. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
he went
What?
Yeah.
He
On
went in the pit.
accident?
I went to the mosh pit.
Oh,
I'm a little too
Like-
old for
he's
it.
Like, hold my
Yeah,
glasses.
I was like, hold my glasses. I ran in there. I was like, bah.
Oh, you're like, all right, give me my glasses.
Get my glasses back. I'm too old for this shit. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I've been
awesome.
feeling too old for that shit since I first started experiencing mosh pits. I was like, no.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
whenever I was like 19, 20, I was like, this is cool. But like 25, and I'm like, nah,
Yeah,
I'll sit back here.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time I was 14, I was seeing Rancid play, and it was a Warped
crazy.
Tour. And like, it was so bananas because it's thousands of people.
Yeah.
And I was on the edge of the mosh pit, but then because of all the people backing up, I was like crushed. I like, couldn't move my arms.
yeah.
And I was a 14-year-old girl, and that was like the first time I got fear in a crowd where I was like, I have to get out of
I
here.
had to get the fuck out of here. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's when I was like, I'm staying away from a mosh pit from now on.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a smaller show, I'm not being nowhere near it.
Yeah.
It's too, like last night would have been fine, but Rancid in front of however many thousands of people that was bananas.
Hell yeah. Damn.
I got demolished at a Rancid show.
You got demolished at a
In-
Rancid show, yeah.
Dude, I get demolished at a corn show
It
at
was like
HF Festival.
95 or
shit.
94.
Damn. Yeah, I bet you those shows were so fucking crazy back then too. Man, I wish I was like around like in like the 90s to like experience that shit.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was cool.
We could just go see Turnstile now.
Yeah.
And have the
Yeah.
same experience.
Yeah.
and they're doing stadiums now.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
That is.
I mean,
wild.
Yeah.
Great.
respect.
Yeah, respect.
I mean, they're bringing. I mean, I know it's like not traditional hardcore, but
Yeah.
it still has the ideas of hardcore in some sort of capacity and musically
Yeah.
that they're bringing to that big of a masses.
Yes, exactly.
That's the first time I've ever seen it happen like
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
So
I respect it, honestly.
I think they're a great band. They're really bringing positivity. Those guys, a bunch of them are sober.
Oh yeah.
really?
And-
Knock Loose is like another one kind of like them that are
Yeah.
like, starting to get stadium shows and like getting bigger and bigger shows.
Yeah.
It's cool as fuck. I love seeing people like thrive. It like
Yeah.
makes me happy.
100%. Well, also like, yeah, when the audience's reaction is so positive like that, it's
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, Turnstile, they had the whole Hollywood Palladium, like the whole bottom area looked like it was a fucking mosh pit.
Fuck.
Like it's thousands of people just moving like nuts.
That's crazy.
But it didn't. It looked like dancing rather than fighting, and I love that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, there's some shows where people just like want to go there to beat people
Just
up, and I'm like,
fucking
what the
crowd
hell's
kill.
wrong with you? Yeah.
that's
I've
really
definitely
fucked
been
up.
to those shows, and
Yeah,
especially
me
when I
too.
was younger, and in the late '90s, hardcore
Masochist.
became like this like macho shit with straight edge kids, which is why I'll never say
Yeah,
the straight edge thing, because a lot of straight edge kids were the most violent ones that I experienced.
Yes.
But this is like the late '90s, and it was like double bass pedals all in hardcore, and it was kind of corny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Grindcore was cooler at that time because those were like the skinny kids that were getting called fags that were like
More eccentric.
drinking and big. But it was fucking cool. That was cooler. Yeah, because it was more thrash. But-
Damn. One final question.
Yeah.
So is there anyone that y'all would like to thank for y'all's journey so far?
Or fuck you.
Yeah, or fuck yous, like fuck you to whoever. We'll wear it out too if you want.
Fuck you. Let's go.
Well, I guess fuck you to all the people who never believed in us.
Oh my god.
There you go.
I can't believe you started with fuck you.
And then shout out, thanks to moms, thanks to your moms, thanks to your
What?
moms.
I
and
think
your-
right now, thanks to Natasha, because we're on her route.
Yeah.
that She
Natasha's our booking agent.
Yeah.
She's been there since the beginning.
Shout out
She's
Natasha.
an MVP.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, she's always been.
she sticks up for
I mean,
that.
there's a lot of people who's helped us along the way.
Yeah,
Y'all know who y'all are.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You start naming people, you gotta name like.
Everybody.
Yeah,
y'all
name
left me out at the
everybody.
end of the
I know.
episode.
But Natasha's been working with us the longest and has always believed in us. So
Yeah, always kept it real and genuinely supports the band too. I think you work with people that actually understand what you're doing and like what you're doing, and be a good relationship.
Hell yeah, exactly.
yeah, and I guess Icho, who's mastered all of our stuff, always.
Hell yeah.
He-
Gotta have that.
the best of the stuff. Yeah, so
Shit.
yeah, we just all of our crew, anybody who's ever been there and helped us out and stuff, and all of our
See,
friends
now
back
you
in
gotta
LA.
start naming people.
Nope,
We're
I'm
gonna
just
go
gonna
say
Sarah
LA.
Pardini.
Y'all know who
like-
y'all are. Y'all know
Yeah,
who
yeah,
y'all are.
yeah.
He's getting mad now.
Well, I really appreciate you guys
Yeah,
coming
thank
onto
you
the
so
show.
much.
Like this, like y'all taking time out of y'all's day, like busy ass schedule. I really appreciate this.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks a
you
lot.
so
Thanks for the
much for having
tacos and
us.
coffee.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Shout out Bill Miller. Well, this has been another episode of the Artist Hour. We have Sextile here, and we are gonna sign off. So we'll see y'all later.
All right, thank you so
Buddy.
much.
Thank you.
Peace out. That was so cool. Best episode ever.
Was it your past? Was it your baby now? Was it your dad? What did he say now? What did he do? What did he get now? What did they say? Well, what is your problem now?
Correct video.
We're warming up, getting everything situated. It's recording, but I'll cut the spaces and
Don't put
whatnot.
that in there.
I won't. Delete a scene.